Hey everybody, it's Tuesday and I'm just kind of reaching out, doing a live again today. I'm trying to get more, a lot of people wanting me to do more live on some gut health topics. And so I thought I might as well come in here and share with you. I am doing a course. I'm taking a course just to kind of dig deeper into my knowledge and my ability to share, to learn. I'm always trying to refine my skills in gut health and the changes that we can make, the benefits of what we can make. And I love reading. I just a quick little note. This is one of the, if you haven't had this book, The Fiber Fuel, or read it, it's a big book, and I just wanted to share this real quickly, and then I'm going to share with you how you can get excited about how quick you can change your gut microbiome in just a few days. And there's something I want to share with you on a course that I'm taking and some of the things I'm learning. I was so excited about it, I had to share it with you because I want to be sharing with people that I'm working with too and making changes myself. But this is a book summary of all. This is a book from Dr. Will Bulsovic, and he talked about, the plant-based gut health program and restoring your health, losing weight, optimizing your gut microbiome, of course, brain health as well. And he is a board-certified gastroenterologist, which is a gut health doctor, world recognized. He has written a lot of papers. He's featured in many magazines. And he just says, in this whole book, he talked about what we need to do to have diversity. But this is just one page. If I was to read you one paragraph, he said, I'll give you the greatest single predictor of a healthy gut. And he said, of all the things he knows in this big book and what he does all over the world, he says, is getting a diversity of plants. That means a variety of different plants, more than just getting the 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. It was having a variety. He said, that's right. It's not about metamucil fiber. It's not simply counting grams of fiber, but the diversity of plants in your diet. More specifically, he found that the consumption of 30 different plants in a given week was the greatest predictor of a gut microdiversity. And those are the gut bugs that help build the beneficial bacteria that help protect the lining, help make the short-chain fatty acids, helping to have the connecting text message communications with the good bugs going to the gut, to the brain, to how you're supposed to behave metabolically, your metabolism, your taste buds, and all these things. He said, but the greatest was the variety of plants. And it was far more than being a self-identified vegan, because we know vegans could be unhealthy because they don't get variety, or they eat vegan crackers. They're not really getting living food, or a vegetarian or an omnivore. He says, well, why? Well, you can be a junk food vegan, eat few plants, and eat a paleo diet that emphasizes plant-based diversity, and this can actually be a healthy diet with the proper modifications. It all goes back to diversity of plants. So, and just a little note too, that an average child gets a lot of toxins in a day. We look at ourselves, we look at our children, they get a lot of toxins, pesticides, herbicides, and all these things that we need plants to neutralize that toxicity. We have even food in the grocery store, prepackaged lettuce is washed in chlorine that it can be 20 times more concentrated than an average pool. Isn't that amazing? And the average adult uses a lot of, at least 9 personal care products a day that can wreak havoc on our health through the other means, not just food, it's the chemicals coming in that can wreak havoc on the gut. So that wasn't my point. My point today was to tell you the diversity, but also to share with you what I was learning from my course. I was blown away and about how fast we can get results by changing a little bit of changing what we do, just if it's one meal a week. But it was a gut health course that I'm taking, and it's a food revolution. I paid a good money for it, but it's diving deep into the science behind our gut. And the truth is that I got from this was that your microbiome can change in just one day based on what you eat. And that's really should give you confidence. I don't know if you're watching here, give me some hearts of, how wonderful that our choices, just small, can really make a world of difference. And one of the studies, I'm taking some of my notes here, of course, but the research at Harvard shared that the Harvard group compared 2 different groups. One was on a high animal-based diet, which is like meat, eggs, and dairy. And the other one was on a plant-based diet, which is legumes, fruits, and vegetables. And within just one day, it says that the gut bacteria shifted dramatically. And the animal-based diet increased significantly with inflammation markers and harmful bacteria like the bowel disease. So that was incredible in just one day. And they said the plant-based diet was boosting the beneficial bacteria, which improves the blood sugar control, which we know what happens when you get your gut into control, lower blood sugar balance. That's why a lot of people end up like shedding some weight, is their blood sugar is able to be controlled. They lower the inflammation, and it's producing these powerful short-chain fatty acids when things begin to ferment. These plants ferment. They create protective properties within the gut lining, which is really about the immune system. Then they did something, was a 2-week diet swap, because they did it on Americans that were eating a poor diet, and then the rural South Africans, which were eating more plant-based. And the Americans moved to a high-fiber plant-based diet, which was they ate more animal protein, to 55 grams a day, it said, and they restored it in their health in just 14 days. And then the ones that were the South Africans that were eating a plant-based diet, they moved to a Western diet, heavily in processed meat, like they say, I think it was roast beef and spaghetti with meatballs and, and typical dairy meat eating, diet. And their rapidly health declined. They increased the cancer risk markers in their colon. And that was just 14 days or 2 weeks. And they had shown that internal terrain, the cellular terrain, was transformed, opposite. So it really shows you their gut truly mirrors what you feed it physically and emotionally. I know the emotional part is what I talked about yesterday, but physically is a big deal. So I want to tell you that I'm reminding myself to build a healthy microbiome. This starts by just putting more variety in my plate, and also what you think in your mind. And so I want you to, I'll give you a little takeaways here that was shared in my course, that choose one plant-based meal each day for the coming week. Just one. It could be one every week to start with, but one a day would be great, including like whole grains, legumes, lots of variety of fruits and vegetables, and notice how you feel afterwards with digestion, energy, and mood. And then another boost would be to add 1 serving of colorful produce tomorrow. Just add one thing to a plate, a meal. And then another optional is to take 20-minute brisk walk after dinner to feed the athlete microbes, because it can really accelerate your healing by just taking a walk right after you eat, just a 20-minute little walk. And so I am excited about it. I've got a whole recipes that I'm going to start working on. I talked to my daughter, Michelle. We're going to having a Christmas week, but I thought, it's only really one day is Christmas, but we can try some fun things. And I thought some little salads or a lunch meal. And this one was an everyday lentil lunch, and had like mustard seed, cumin, bok choy, mushrooms, of course, garlic, ginger, and, turmeric, cumin. Had green lentils, organic brown or black rice, had lime, cilantro, onions, cashews, and crushed red pepper. And it had a total of 18 grams of protein per meal, which you're getting your meals, low carbs. The fiber binds those carb molecules so that you're able to have a low glycemic load and feel great. So anyway, I'm just kind of learning a lot, making some changes. I'm trying to get more variety in my diet. I've been working hard on my own health. It's been a journey since January, and I just made a decision. I'm committed to not going back and forth all the time, making a goal and then sabotaging. So, hello, Kila. It's so good to have you watching. And Roberto, it's good to have you watching too. But I hope that those tips helped you. And I'm excited about continue to work out in my course, and just really understanding the variety of the diversity of different colors. We have different properties that help different vibrations as a naturopath, I know about the vibrations of your lungs and your liver and your brain. Different plants vibrate frequencies to really help the whole body to work. But it's really, again, summarizing, it's about the gut-brain connection to get these good bacteria to be in balance, to be able to have at least 80%, 85% of the good bugs, being able to communicate the right messages to the brain, the serotonin we want, good happy hormones. 90% of the good bugs make serotonin, which is really makes us feel good. And then we can change in just a short day, up to 2 weeks, a day or two, and just doing one little tweak and then building up some stacking and realizing we don't always have to be 100% plant-based, but we need to be a good 80-85% of a variety of diversity of plants if we want to have good gut health, and it reflects your skin health, your hair, your metabolism. And then just get excited about making some tweaks. I'm committed to doing that as well, and learning more how to use lentils and legumes better with more spices and herbs. That's one of my new step ups. I'm going to try to use more herbs in different colors to get my 30 different plants in a week. And so he would, this doctor that was well noted in this fiber field, he said, get a little something on your refrigerator and just first assess where you are. How many plants do you actually get, and then map out each day when you eat, like, let's just say you ate oatmeal with blueberries and some nuts for breakfast and some eggs. Then you only get to put one, blueberries is only one. But if you add some cinnamon, that's two. But on Tuesday, if you had oatmeal and you had blueberries, you can't put the blueberries again because you got to get 30 different ones. And so you can add herbs and nuts and seeds and spices and color. It's just trying to wake up this amazing cellular terrain to be able to have the best of health and have your health. And I know some of us have a lot of scary things in our family genes, but we can control them from waking up. We can put them down. And in 14 days, with this study that I just mentioned from Harvard, they showed the ones that had switched from the meat eating, primarily heavy meat, to the plant-based that didn't have the markers at all. That's pretty cool, huh? So I hope those things helped you. But I'm going to take in my course, and I'll be popping in here to kind of inspire you. And I'm so grateful for what I'm learning. And I love to teach, and I love to change, and I like to be a role model for all of you. So you make it a great Tuesday, and hope that you took some notes on that. Just 1 day, 2 days, 14 weeks. Wow, what could change? Anyway, make it a great night.